Yeah, I am Johnson Mbillah. Johnson Mbillah. I used to be the general advisor of the program for Christian-Muslim relations for quite a number of years. But now, what PROCMURA has done is that they have asked me to be the patron of the newly formed Islam and Christian-Muslim relations ICMR patron. When we talk about the ICMR patron and ICMR as that which PROCMURA initiated in 2021, it has a focus, and a very, very important focus. The formation of the ICMR platform is aimed at ensuring that as many people as there are in the African continent who have studied Islam and Christian-Muslim relations, to assist the churches in the African continent on their bid to constructively relate with Muslims, they need to have this platform. A platform that now brings together over 100 people, 100 graduates and experts. And what PROCMURA is wanting to let these graduates and these experts to do is how to, as it were, cooperate, collaborate, network, share information on Christian-Muslim relations in the continent. And this is crucial. It's crucial because when you are in a different country and you hear that something is happening in this country or that country, you are not aware about what is the problem that is there. That Christians and Muslims are either working together in a very constructive way, or there is conflict. What are the conflicts all about? Or you hear of violent radicalization and violent extremism which implicates religion. And you say, but what is happening there? And yet, PROCMURA, in its over 60 years history, has worked very hard to make sure that the study of Islam and Christian-Muslim relations for the Christian theologians is mandatory, and have trained experts in that field, and they are spread all over the continent. Why don't they share that information? So yes, ICMR will enable them to be able to share that information. The second issue is that on interreligious relations, when it comes to Christian and Muslim relations, the leaders of the churches, whether they are bishops, they are presidents, they are moderators, they are the leadership of the churches, the reverend ministers who are all over, and priests who are all over. When it comes to Christian and Muslims meeting, they meet and discuss the welfare of society and of the two communities. Sometimes when conflict comes or when it doesn't. And so the idea of bringing the ICMR people together to form a platform is to help them to be able to assist the leadership of the churches on the complexity of Christian and Muslim relations, so that when they meet with their Muslim counterparts, they don't meet with what we call sheer ignorance, but they meet informed about the complex nature, so that such discussions will become fruitful. And that's why ICMR platform is important. Apart from that, our theological institutions, the different theological institutions and Bible colleges all over Africa, it is clear that the introduction of inter-religious relations with a specific focus on Christian-Muslim relations has been of prime importance to the Program for Christian-Muslim Relations in Africa, PROCMURA. So how do we get these new graduates, also with the experts, to ensure that every theological institution at least have one person to handle the subject, so that the ministers that leave the seminary to go and work in the field have some information of what it means to relate with your neighbor of a fellow religion constructively. The other thing is that we who have studied Islam, we say that there's Christian mission carried out. And there is what Muslims call Muslim da'wah carried out. That is, da'wah is when Muslims invite people to become Muslims. They carry out da'wah. And the ICMR is saying Christian mission is mandatory as Muslim da'wah is mandatory. But if we don't have a platform where we educate ourselves that Christian mission doesn't mean going out to condemn the other, it is recommending the faith and not imposing the faith. And then the whole question of religious freedom, which PROCMURA talks about, religious freedom and all that it entails. Meaning that one, the ICMR platform will also take that one on board. And know that religious freedom is prime if society has to be a society that lives in peace. So as a patron of the ICMR platform, I see it as an honor, and I'm humbled that PROCMURA has asked me to lead from the front with my colleagues, and so that we can cooperate and see how to bring Africa forward under the umbrella of PROCMURA. And let me say that PROCMURA in its work has worked very hard to ensure that St. Paul's University has an ICMR program. We have different programs in different places. And I, myself, where I am now, I work for the Center for Interfaith Studies and Engagement in Africa, which we call CISIA, which is an institution of the Akrofi Christella Institute. And we are also trying to ensure that we bring in students to study up to the master's level, up to the PhD level, so that Africa, especially with the Christian community, will have more and more and more people who have studied the subject. Because the two main religions in the African continent who will be at peace, and Africa will be at peace, is Christianity and Islam. And if the Christians play their part and have experts in the subject, and the experts are able to network, they are able to do the thing, then it comes out clearly. My last word is this. The ICMR platform is to come out with publications on Christian-Muslim relations. And these publications is going to be very broad. They will write papers. It will take on religious issues, political issues, cultural issues, social issues, environmental issues. Everything that religion is, these publications will come out with that. It will have theological issues. It will have issues that are philosophical. And in our time, as I mentioned before, where violent extremism seems to be on the rise, and religion is implicated, it is crucial and really crucial that in these publications, aspects of that one come up. For the churches, the Muslim community, society at large, governments, and so on, to take these publications and be informed about the terrain of Christian-Muslim relations and what needs to be done. And mind you, it is ICMR Africa. So our focus is Africa. And I like to put this, and I don't think I will be contradicted in any way. This one is prime. It is an initiative like none other. No one has done that. And PROCMURA is doing that. So PROCMURA is a pace setter. It has always been a pace setter. On interreligious relations and Christian-Muslim relations, PROCMURA is the oldest, 1959 till now. And it is becoming a pace setter again, saying that those who have studied this subject need to have a platform to make the PROCMURA views known and Christian-Muslim relations in general known. What do I have to say about the board? In other words, the board that has been formed, who are to look carefully at the publications and get them published. So this board, if you look at the board, it is a variety of experts. The editorial board have people from Europe who are associated with PROCMURA and very experienced. It has people from Africa who are very experienced in the subject. And it has a gender to look at. There are women in this editorial board who will also look at the issues, so that what comes out will be that which we say it can be academic, but then it will also be very much existential. It will be existential because Christian and Muslim relations is not just of the mind, it is also of the heart. It is not something that is theory. It is something that is practical. It is not up there. It is an everyday issue. So much as we will look at the academic aspect, we will look at the existential aspect, so the people even in the grassroots will have something to read in the publications, and that will inform them of how to constructively relate. All those who listen to this interview, and which are important, it is an appeal. We are asking those who have studied ICMR and think that with what PROCMURA is and stands for, they fall within it, let us know. And we will see whether you can be in the boat and not outside the boat. That Africa will then say, when it comes to Christian-Muslim relations, we are number one, let me joke, number one or among the pioneers, as we have always been. I think that this is where I would like to stop, and looking forward to people who may have some ideas to bring forward, that we are open, we will listen, and we're looking forward to this platform growing from strength to strength. Thank you all, and we do this, God being our helper. God being our helper, we will succeed. Thank you.